Basically, I'm not professional interviewer, so there may be some things which I lose, or and you think they're important or something. So just tell me, be as open as you can. I love football, so I would like to know as much as possible about it, because big clubs usually don't speak with students.
No problem. I'm just opening up my analytics and Twitter and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got that's all ready. Okay, yeah, ready, good to go.
Okay, so basically, we are gonna speak about the building of brand equity in football clubs, because basically the main issue I saw and why I took it as a dissertation topic was that there is loads of research in big football clubs in top 5 leagues, so like Manchester United, Manchester City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and the thing they tell you to actually implement, they wouldn't work for clubs in not top 5 league or smaller clubs. So the main idea here is to find out how big clubs in smaller leagues make it. And I also had a few interviews with smaller clubs from my country and make a guidance for them on how actually, what else can you use? Because, for example, when, for example, Zenit can afford going somewhere, I don't know, for US, for the training ground, the small club can't. So I'm trying, and also it depends on the league, because in UK they go more for football than, for example, in Russia or in Belarus or somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So this is the main idea, some acceptable guide for a small club on how to build a brand equity.
Okay, well, I can talk to you. There we go. I'll be able to talk to you about the social media and the PR side, because that's what I'm responsible for. And certainly Daria, who I've put you in touch, she does the marketing and heavy brand. She's called brand manager, so she should be able to be more professional than me. Yeah. But yeah, about social media, I'll give you my best to see what we've done, and and even though Zenit is a big club, we're in the top 20 in Europe. The budget we use for this is very, very small, so you might be surprised at some of the things we do.
But
yeah,
to be honest, usually when small guys, there are small budgets. There is more of a personal touch what the club does, because we have a saying, small budget is like no budget, so we're going to be better than everybody else.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we'll just start with some open-end questions, like how did you become interested in football? Like, was some special match or club, or was it back in the family? I don't know. Like, how did you come to the football?
Well, I'm from North London, so all English people are mad on football. And where I grew up, everyone was either Arsenal or Tottenham. My grandmother was a big Arsenal fan, so I followed her and went Arsenal. So I've always been mad on football. I'm a lot older than you. I'm 39. So when I was a teenager, it was much cheaper and much more accessible for young people to go to football. Mm-hmm. It was £5 for me, junior gunners, and you could just walk up and buy the tickets at the stadium. And it was a lot easier to get involved in football back in the early 90s. So that's why I love football. I was a student in Russia in the late 90s, and I went to see Zenit in 1999 because I was a student in St. Petersburg, and that's the only team in St. Petersburg, as you know. So I got interested in Zenit that way, and then followed them. My previous job, I used to visit Russia quite a lot, so I'd always go to see a Zenit match. I moved here in 2014. A year later, while living here, I was actually headhunted for the job. They contacted me directly, asked me to apply for the job of, my official title is, I've got, in Russia we have, Russians love a title.
Yeah, exactly. I know that for sure.
Yeah, you don't get paid, but you get an amazing title.
Exactly.
So, my title is, I don't even know it, I need to look at my business card. It's, I think international head of international media or something like that.
Sounds good, huh?
Which is, I won't swear. But what I'm actually doing, I'm the social media manager for English. So I'm the S&M, social media manager for the English stuff. I manage a large team of volunteers who do 12 different language websites and Twitter accounts and Facebooks.
12?
So we have 12. We have Spanish, we have Iranian, we have Indian, Chinese, all these. And they're all run by volunteers. So, because our budget on this is very small. So I oversee them and I'm in daily contact with them and trying, because we don't pay them, I have to do a lot of begging and
I mean, to be honest, my work in my football, in the club I worked previously, which is the Belarusian club I'm actually interviewing, it was fully volunteering, no money at all, because they were like, let's be honest, we can pay you like very little, so it's not even...
It's not worth it.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, I love football, it's fine.
Who's your Belarusian team?
It used to be called Krumkachi, now it's NFK. It's one of the few clubs in Belarus which are privately owned. Basically, in our country, Russia is quite similar. It's all state. In Belarus, it's more even in like complete state. Gazprom is like a state company, but still kind of,
it's the government, basically,
Like, for example, Spartak is Lukoil, but there is a guy who owns Lukoil. But also government helps them. For us, it's more like heavily government.
Local government sort of thing.
And then this team is created by basically fans of football. It used to be amateur. And then in 2 years from this, they basically got the money to go to the third league, which cost nothing. And then second league, and then first league. And then everybody was like, what's going on?
Yeah. Who's this? Yeah.
But they were just fresh air because football in Belarus is dead. Like, it's the dead. But when somebody comes and like, hey, social media, hey, digital marketing, hey, let's have funny videos, everybody was shocked. It was like a, I don't know, not a miracle, but kind of,
I think that when football clubs grow organically from fans, they have a very strong base. And that's what we had in England 150 years ago. Clubs grew up from churches and from sports clubs. So they've got this huge, whereas in Russia, you get these, like Angie, you get these individuals who buy it, spend loads of money, I'm bored with this, and just throw it away.
Yeah, exactly.
and the club collapses. My second team, the club where I'm at the moment, Vladikavkaz, Alanya, they're a typical basket case Russian club, go bankrupt every 10 years, up the league, bankrupt, down the league, up, down.
They're just for making money.
Yeah, and they've just gone, like yours, they've just gone private 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed I think that's the way it should be. That's the way football needs to go here. Because like you say, Gazprom, let's just say tomorrow something happened and Gazprom lost interest in football.
Yeah, it's done.
What would happen to Zenit?
Yeah. No, but for example, yesterday I spoke with the head of marketing, the ex-head of marketing of this club, or that I worked for, and he said an amazing, brilliant thing. He was like, I completely agree with a few people who say that just to football to grow organically, just leave it with no money for a few years. So all the people who came there just for money will leave it.
Yeah, they'll go.
And then it will grow organically because there will be people who just want to go there. Because, for example, in Belarus, in the club I worked for, it's just literally one person who has some money, not too much, but some. And he literally spends it. It's not like he's making profits on it, because it's that. But he just loves it so much. So he found volunteers everywhere, like me, for example, last summer. And I was like, yeah, amazing, why not? Because literally, I was dreaming to work for a football club. I don't care if they pay me a few or a lot, because before that I worked for a salary and I made some money during summer. So now I can actually spend something I love on.
Yeah. And you're building your experience, your reputation, your CV, so it's all worth it. And you're doing something you love, which is great.
So, if we come back to the, that's great. Wait. Sorry, the Sublimes. I'm gonna turn them off. So if we speak about the past, are there any successful marketing campaigns you can remember, like from 90s, 2000s of the football clubs? Like
how? For Zenit?
Yeah. No. Any at all. No.
Any?
Yeah,
of course. I mean, in England, you go back to the 90s. I mean, the first ones that come off to my head, which you won't remember this because you're a young guy. There was a load of Nike adverts in the 90s where they brought in all the players, and there was loads of viral Nike videos with Eric Cantona.
So on, yeah.
You remember them? And there was like the devil against the best players, Maldini and Ronaldo. I mean, that's the earliest I can remember. As far as Russia, absolutely not. That's the. I mean, I'm quite lucky in a way because I've got my job. As far as I know, I'm the only native speaker Brit in full-time employment in the Russian club. I'm in contact with Spartak and Rostov, and Spartak now they've got a new guy, a Russian guy, brilliant. I thought he was British when I spoke to him first online. You know, he's